Recently, Niantic temporarily shut down the Go Battle League, and it was because an exploit was discovered which allowed players to climb up to the top ranks with very little effort. Niantic's response was decent enough, but I feel like they could have done a little bit more, and that's precisely what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. Alright, let's jump right into it. How's it hanging, everyone? It's me, it's Count, here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. Today I'm going to be talking about that exploit that recently was discovered in the Go Battle League and Niantic's response to it. I think their response was pretty good, but I feel like they could have done a little bit more. And to be honest with you, I'm just really frustrated at the community for glorifying cheaters, and it's continuing to show with this exploit. So to give you a little bit of a backstory, recently this one player with the name Jesus, he climbed to rank 1, and players were finding that anytime they went up against this player, some shenanigans was happening. Basically, this player found a way to have infinite charge moves while battling. People were pointing out all over social media with video evidence and a lot of proof showing this exploit being done, and a lot of players were able to get this player banned for 30 days and then of course have the exploit get fixed, or at least we presume it's getting fixed because the Go Battle League was temporarily shut down in a response to this exploit. Now, as much as it sucks for the Go Battle League to go down, I think it's understandable that they want to shut it down temporarily so that they can get these sort of exploits fixed. We see this with plenty of other games. They tend to roll out hotfixes, or they tend to shut down their servers completely until they get the bug fixed, or they disable certain characters and certain champions and different things like that in order to get bugs fixed. But of course with Pokemon Go, it's a little bit more intricate. They have to take down the whole thing in order to fix bugs like this, and that's precisely what they did. But unfortunately, what I'm starting to see among the community is people defending this particular cheater, and I think that's completely wrong behavior. Mistakes are going to happen, there's going to be issues, and Niantic's job is to fix those issues, but to put the blame on Niantic for someone doing something completely wrong, I think is completely misguided. Obviously, a lot of players are frustrated with the state of how Pokemon Go is. It's a very buggy game, and a lot of players are frustrated by that, but to put the blame on Niantic, I think is not correct in this particular situation. And I say this because this person was definitely malicious with this exploit. He was not trying to point it out. In fact, he was trying to abuse it and try to climb up the ranks illegitimately. Now, there is a key difference. If you are seeing an exploit and you're seeing a bug and you point it out to Niantic without abusing that bug, then yes, you could essentially blame Niantic in that situation. But if you're going to blame Niantic when someone is completely abusing this exploit, well, I feel like that's a little bit more misguided. I think a lot of that blame should be put on that player as opposed to the company. And yes, of course, Niantic needs to step up their testing and they need to step up their development in order to make sure exploits like these don't happen. But it's natural in every competitive game, even games like League of Legends, World of Warcraft, and Call of Duty and Fortnite. They're always going to have exploits come up that are going to fly under the radar of developers. We can't fault the developers for missing these sort of bugs, but we have to help them out by pointing them out. But instead, this player chose to abuse this and of course climb up the ranks, but it was temporary. Fortunately, Niantic's response was swift. He was removed from the leaderboards and he was served a 30-day ban. Now, I mentioned at the top of this video that I felt like Niantic could have done more. So what do I mean by that? Well, first and foremost, I think a 30-day ban is not sufficient enough for this player. I feel like what they should have done is completely ban this person from ever participating in the Go Battle League, at least until the end of this season. I feel like that's something they should have done, and 30 days off the game could definitely prevent a player from wanting to do some sort of exploit ever again. I've talked to a lot of spoofers, a lot of ex-spoofers who got 30-day bans, and a lot of them quit spoofing because of that. So, you know, it all depends on the player, of course, because some players will continue to cheat even after the ban, and that's precisely what we're seeing with this particular player, Jesus. Recently, he posted on social media that as soon as his ban is lifted, he's going to go back to his cheating ways, and he's actually taking this time to teach others how to do this exploit, which is detestable in my opinion. The Go Battle League is already plagued with a whole bunch of different issues, and Niantic is slowly fixing them step by step, but to have these sort of exploits get abused, it's just making things a lot more difficult. So if you notice an exploit, if you notice an issue that allows you to get an advantage, I think what you should do is report that to Niantic as opposed to abusing it, because first and foremost, you can get banned, as we can see with this one particular player, and then at the same time, you're making the Go Battle League a lot worse than it currently is. So if you are passionate about Pokemon Go and you want to see it flourish, you abusing an exploit is not going to do you any favors in any way. That's the one hard lesson that I wish this particular player learned, but unfortunately it seems like he didn't. And yeah, it's just a real shame that we have players like this in the community. Now look, full transparency here, I totally understand that I am not particularly passionate about the Go Battle League. When the Ultra League hit in Season 2, I think I did a set of 5 battles and I called it quits. And I think the only time I ever participated in the Go Battle League is if I need to complete a special research task. I'm the kind of player that hits rank 8 to get the particular reward that I'm looking for, and then I call it quits for the rest of the season, and it's only because my focus is different in Pokemon Go. I'm more interested in raiding, I'm more interested in the buddy adventure system, but the Go Battle League is poppin' right now. A lot of players are participating in the Go Battle League. A lot of players want to rank up. A lot of players want to grind out those ranks in Pokemon Go. But unfortunately, with bad apples like these, it's just going to make it very difficult for anyone to enjoy the Go Battle League. And of course, we had recent fixes to a lot of the issues that were plaguing Season 1, but now we're seeing a new set of issues cropping up, and it's just making everything frustrating for all of the battlers out there. So hopefully Niantic will crank up their testing. I think that's all it comes down to. Again, I used to have a history in game development, and one of the core aspects of game development is good testing. If you want to have a really good game, a solid game, what you need is a good core of testers. And it seems like Niantic is slacking in this area because different exploits, different issues keep cropping up, and it really comes down to good testing. If you have a really good set of QA testers, you will go very far in your game development. That's my little message for Niantic. I wonder if they're even listening, but yeah, development is always key, but testing is also really key. So appreciate your testers, whether they're off-site or on-site, and make sure you value them, because they are the last line of defense for your game. And of course, all of these issues and all of these exploits that are continuously coming out in Pokemon Go could have been fixed if we had really great testing. And I'm not trying to knock on Niantic's test team, I just feel like maybe they're underserved or they're under-resourced. Whatever it may be, I just feel like a lot of the issues that we're seeing in Pokemon Go like this could have been prevented with a really good test team. So yeah, I just feel like that's all it comes down to. But yeah, Niantic's response to this exploit was pretty swift and it was pretty good, so we have to give credit where credit is due. I just feel like they could have done a little bit more behind the scenes. Maybe they could have prevented an exploit like this from happening, or what they really should have done is given this player a much harsher penalty so that they learned their lesson, because it seems like they didn't. And then of course, they have to make an example out of this player so that other players who find an exploit do not go off and abuse it, but they actually report it to Niantic. I think that's our responsibility as players. That's how we can contribute to making Pokemon Go better, but a lot of players are disinterested in that, and they're just looking to get selfish gains out of this game, which makes little to no sense in my opinion. But in any case, yeah, these are just all of my thoughts regarding this exploit and Niantic's response to it. What are your thoughts? I would love to know down below. Were you a victim of this particular exploit? I would love to know that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone, and as always, be safe, have fun, and I'll catch you all later. How's it hanging, everyone? Before I end this video, I want to give a quick plug to my Patreon page. If you want to support this channel, I highly suggest you go and check out the link in the description below. Every little bit helps when it comes to these YouTube videos. So if you want to support this channel, if you love the content that I'm producing and you want to contribute, definitely go and check it out. I have a lot of nice perks, like if you want to be on my permanent friends list, or if you want to get exclusive content or participate and exclusive content that's coming soon. Definitely go and check it out. And to all of my patrons, I thank you for supporting my channel. I really hope you enjoyed this video, everyone, and if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that little bell so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. Follow me on social media at Count Jinsula. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, have a great day. I'll catch you all later.